What is up, you guys? Today is gonna be my 400 subscriber special. Thank you guys so much for helping me out and subscribing, leaving comments, liking my videos. It really does help out a lot, and I really do appreciate all you guys that continue to support me, even the new guys and the people who've been supporting me since day one. So really appreciate all your support. Now let's get straight to this battle. So if you guys aren't familiar with my subscriber specials, what I do is that I ask people to request some Pokemon to me, and I pick out the 6 Pokemon I like the best, and I just kind of put them all in the one team and just try them out. And as you can see on the screen right here, you can see the 6 Pokemon. There's a Bidoof, Samurott, Corsola, Delcatty, Escavalier, and Scyther. So for those of you who recommended any of these Pokemon, congrats. I thought it might be cool to try them out. If you guys want to see me use some kind of weird Pokemon or anything like that, please feel free to just leave a comment. You know, a moveset is usually generally appreciated, but I usually don't mind kind of making up my own moveset, like what I had to do with the Bidoof. So yeah, so definitely try to leave a moveset for me. That would be really nice when you guys do that. So this is in the UU tier because of the damn Escavalier I had to use, but you know what? I didn't really mind that much at all because I know my Bidoof is just so awesome that I know I can win this battle even if I have to face a lot of UU Pokemon. So either way, hope you guys enjoy this battle. So I'm going to start off right off the bat with my Bidoof because Bidoof is awesome. And now I know he's probably going to go for either Stealth Rocks or Nasty Plot, and I'm going to actually opt to go for the Yawn, which is a very cool move that I'm sure he didn't expect. So now I basically forced him to switch out because I know his A-Self does not want to fall asleep. So he's going to opt to switch into Nidoking, and I'm just going to set up my rocks, and that's perfect because now I got 3 rocks up, nothing happened to Bidoof. Nice job, you are awesome. So I'm going to switch out, go into my Scyther, and he's actually going to go for Toxic Spikes. And it does kind of tell me he seems like the standard Nidoqueen set, you know, maybe he's a little bit bulky, in the 4th gen style Nidoqueen. Ice Beam really doesn't do that much to me because my name is Nigel did recommend an Eviolite Scyther, which I've never tried before, and my god, it took that Ice Beam really nicely, and the damage output really isn't that bad either. So he roars me out into my Delcatty, recommended by Sorry I spelled your name wrong. I just kind of realized that, so forgive me. But either way, just going to go for the Wish because I know he might roar me out again, and if he does roar me out, that's totally cool because I can pass off a Wish to the next Pokemon. But I really need to scare out this Nidoqueen because I really don't have anything that can scare it off except for my Samurott. So I'm going to choose to switch into my Escavalier because I won't take any toxic damage, and hopefully he'll roar me out into my Samurott, which does happen right here. So Sliver Tongue recommended a Scarf Samurott set, which is really interesting, and it actually works out so well in this battle. So I'm going to predict that switch into Slowking because I know the Surf is way too obvious. So I'm going to opt to go for the Grass Knot, which is going to do a huge chunk of damage to Slowking. It's going to look like a clean 2-hit KO with some Stealth Rock's help. So now I know he's probably going to switch into Porygon 2 to kind of sponge my Grass Knot. So I'm going to switch into my Escavalier, who I know can counter this Porygon 2. This Escavalier is max HP, max special defense, so I know I can totally handle this Porygon 2. I can't get Toxic, you know, Ice Beams and Charge Beam isn't really going to be doing that much. But now I'm going to go for a knockoff to try to get rid of the Eviolite. He actually switches into Chandelure, which is kind of funny. I knock off his Choice Specs, but to be honest, I'd rather have him keep the Choice Specs because I'm going to switch in the Corsola, take the fire move like a beast, and what's stupid was that since they knocked off the Choice Specs, he can still change moves in between, and I didn't think he would carry the Energy Ball, but unfortunately for me, he does pack it, and he is going to finish me off, sadly. So unfortunately, Corsola never really did anything. That was a Choice Banded Corsola set, and it was pretty interesting. And I've tested it out a few times. It actually did some pretty good job. Did a pretty good job, so yeah. Gonna go back into Samurott because I know I can revenge kill that Chandelure with relative ease, so that's nice. Just gonna go for a very safe serve. Porygon 2 comes back in. Once again, I know I can't do anything to this Porygon 2, so I'm gonna switch out, going back into my Escavalier. because I know I can wall this thing. And he's gonna go for recover. You know, whatever, it's cool. Like, it's not gonna really matter that much because I can just toxic it later. I try to toxic it here, but I think he predicts that, or my opponent predicts that, and goes into his Nidoqueen. So, gonna play my opponent's part. I know he's gonna go for a Roar now, so I'm just gonna knock off his leftovers because I know Mega Horn really isn't gonna be doing that much either way. So he roars me out in a Delcatty, which is probably the worst Pokemon he could roar me out into. So I'm just gonna go for a Wish, but unfortunately, Earth Power is gonna be doing enough damage to where it's almost gonna kill me. So it does kill me. So sadly enough, Delcatty didn't really get that much airtime anyways. So gonna go for a Hydro Pump just to finish off that Nidoqueen. And now he's gonna opt to switch into Zapdos. And now I know that like T-Bolt or Volt Switch might be coming, so gonna go back into Escavalier, who's gonna take the T-Bolt pretty darn nicely, actually, considering that it's a Life Orb set. And now, since I know it's Life Orb, I know he must carry Heat Wave as well, so I'm gonna switch back into my Samurott to sponge the Heat Wave up. And now that I'm not locked in the Hydro Pump anymore, I know that Ice Beam is gonna be 100% KO on the Zapdos. That's very nice. Killed off the Zapdos, and Samurott is just doing so much work. Now, he's going to go back into Porygon 2, and I'm like, well, I'm pretty sure I can handle this Porygon 2 with my Escavalier, so I'm going to switch out once again, go back, and he really can't do anything to me, because he knows that, you know, I got Mega Horn. Mega Horn's good against Slowbro, it's good against Azelf, so he's basically pinned down to a corner where he really can't switch out, so that's perfect for me, because I can also corner this Porygon too, since I'm running a very defensive set. I'm just gonna go for a Mega Horn thinking he might switch out, but since I know he isn't gonna switch out, I'm like, okay, it's cool, I can stall this Porygon too, no problem. So gonna go for a Protect just to get a little bit more leftovers recovery, since I actually don't pack a recovery move. I kinda rely on Delcatty to pass on wishes, but either way, gonna go for the Toxic on the Porygon 2. Definitely sealed the fate on this Porygon 2, since now Recover isn't gonna give him more HP, since he's gonna die eventually. So that's awesome. Gonna go for the knockoff as well, just to also get rid of his Violite, because I do have a small plan here. Because right now, I'm really worried about that Azelf, because I'm pretty sure my Samurott won't be able to kill it with a Surf. I did run a calc halfway through this battle, and Hydro Pump, I don't think Hydro Pump might not be enough to kill the Azelf. So what I need to do is I need to get my Bidoof to get some curses up, because what I need Bidoof to do is to start just weaken that HP on the Azelf. And since I know the Porygon 2 is going to die toxic soon, I'm going to take the opportunity to start setting up some curses right in front of its face, because Bidoof is just a beast. And with a Violite, I know I can take a few charge beams and stuff like that, so I really don't mind it at all. So I do carry Simple, so I am going to get double the stat boost, so I'm at +2 attack, +2 defense, -2 speed, which is awesome. Just going to go for a quick attack here, because I know that now with the Toxic, Porygon 2 should be dead after this turn. And with the amount of bulk I invested into this Bidoof, I am going to be able to live even after the Toxic damage I get. And this is absolutely perfect, because now his Azelf is going to come in, going to go for a quick attack, which is going to lower that Azelf's HP by a really significant amount. And I think this is now the perfect opportunity for me to just let my Bidoof die, get a free safe switch into my Scarf Samurott, who I know is pretty much able to KO this Azelf with one Surf with almost relative ease. So just gonna go for that Surf, and it does KO. Very nice. Thank God I made some very safe precautions with Bidoof, because I'm pretty sure I wouldn't have been able to kill that Azelf either way. So now he's gonna go back into Slowbro. Looks like it's gonna be the end of the game. I know I can win, because I saw that Grass Knot damage before. Grass Knot does almost 50%. Just gonna fodder my Escavalier. He's gonna predict that switch very nicely and go for a Fire Blast. Unfortunately, it misses for him. But either way, I just really want to fodder my Escavalier to make sure I can just get a safe switch into my Scyther. Just gonna go for a Bug Bite just to lower his Slowbro's HP by a lot, and that'll pretty much guarantee that my Samurott can come in. I can just go for a Grass Knot, which I know will definitely kill the Slowbro after one Bug Bite. I do get a crit here, and it really doesn't matter, to be honest, because either way, like I said before, it's going to bring that Slowbro down to enough HP where I can just KO it with the Grass Knot. So either way, hope you guys enjoyed this battle. Hope you guys liked that Bidoof, and that was definitely my favorite Pokemon I had to use in this battle. If you guys have any other Pokemon you want me to use, please leave it as a comment below. I will definitely read it, consider it, and I'll definitely make a team for my 500 subscriber special. So yeah, once again, thank you guys for supporting me, and I will see you guys later.